Do you have doors that don't set in the jamb right? Well, this is one of them. I have 4. We're going to talk about why you have a problem and how to solve it. Stick around. So this particular door, it doesn't close because it's hitting on the knob side. And the reason why it's hitting on the knob side is because this jamb has dropped down. An indication is how this trim has opened up. Not all the time is that an indication in a new house, because that's just be bad carpentry. Other indications are cracked sheetrock. That occurs when the house settles. So I'll show you why my house settled, but everybody has their own reasons. You can fix this door jamb, but if you haven't fixed the problem, the reason why the house is settling, then don't expect it to stop settling. The house is 105 years old. If you have a newer house, it could be a whole different set of issues. This house has probably settled all that it's going to, except for one of the reasons why is either termite damage or water damage, where the framing members have failed, and that's the case in my house. So I'm going to show you why real quick. But that's where it's hitting here. And so I could just cut the door, but that's the wrong solution. That's the quick shortcut way. I don't like to do shortcuts. Sometimes doing things the right way, the craftsman way, means you have to go to a lot of extra trouble. We're going to go to a lot of extra trouble. I'm going to show you that's all part of this process. So I want to keep the top door. These are stiles. These are rails, everything that's horizontal. So I want to keep the top rail square with the door. I don't want to cut it. The bathroom door that I'm working on today has already been cut. So now I've got to straighten that out because I'm straightening out the door jamb. So if I'm not going to cut the top of the door so that it fits, how do I fix this? The way that you fix it is by lowering the hinge side, which is how I did my bathroom, or you can raise the knob side. If I raise the knob side, then that means where the trim hits the floor is going to come up. If you're putting carpet in, you can probably get away with about 3/8 of an inch and tuck your carpet in. Or if you're going to put in flooring on top of your existing flooring, that might be okay, because a lot of times the flooring installer will cut the bottom of the jamb and the trim. So that would probably be an acceptable method. I'm going to try to stay with my original hardwood floors. So I really only have one alternative, which is to cut the jamb side. So I'm going to cut it and lower it down. When that happens, everything else has to shift. So let me go show you my bathroom door, where I've already removed the trim and I've cut the knob or the hinge side and lowered it down, and you'll see how significant of a difference it'll make. Let's go upstairs. Okay, so I'm going to show you, this is my bathroom door. My door was way out because the house had settled and it had pushed the knob side down. Someone was smart and cut the door crooked. So I first straightened this out. That's how much of a difference. It was about I think an inch I cut off this side of the jamb. So in doing so, I needed to remove the trim, and then I'll reset my trim. I'm in the midst of plastering the whole house anyways, so that's fine. But when I do, I really want to make sure that my jamb is nice and secure. I've shimmed it, nailed it in place. It's not going to move. This is only 2 hinges. So there we go, that's put in place. And I'll probably have to shim this in or out to make it work. But now that I've lowered the hinge side, I've got to first start by straightening out the top of my door. And then I don't want to mortise the hinges again on the door. Too much damage has already been done. So I'm going to mortise the hinges on the jamb where it needs to fit. So I'm in my cellar. This is the exact location, 2 stories down from my bathroom. And this is where my problem was. What had happened was the house settled on this side, which was the knob side. And so in order for me to fix it, I had to lower the hinge side and come down. So here, where my framing was at one time well supported, all of these beams had rotted away. There was water erosion. When I first came and bought into the house hadn't been lived in over 12 years, we're guessing. And we didn't even know that this was a concrete floor. There was about 8 inches of sand. So what had happened is over the years, water had come in through the foundation and just completely washed away and then rotted all of these support beams that I have. And so this whole section of the house dropped about 1 inch. I've jacked this up. It's well supported now. I feel very confident it shouldn't move. That won't mean that it won't, but I'm not in fear of the house collapsing. Let me show you an example of one post which I haven't replaced yet. It's hard to do everything all the time. So let me show you one that I haven't replaced. So this is what it would look like. Wasn't even touching the concrete. And so it really couldn't give support. And since then I've put all new treated lumber posts in. There we go. So it's going to support that. And again, this is the location right here of where I'm dealing with. So let's go back up. We fixed this door today. It was quite a project. We've got 3 or 4 more to go in this particular house. If you have anything that you'd like to add to help everybody out, please leave your comments in the comments below, which would be great. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.